Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. This is another episode of Storytime Saturdays. I'm not actually sure if we explained in the other video what Storytime Saturdays is about. So basically what Storytime Saturdays is about is we're just going to be telling you guys some stories that we've had in our year and some change of running service accommodations and the funny stories that we've had.
And the bad ones.
Yeah, the good and the bad, mostly bad. But service accommodation is not all bad. These are just experiences that we've had and just kind of making you aware that it's not all sunshine and roses and lovely apartment and lovely guests, that bad stuff will happen, and we just it's just for a bit of entertainment and really and to kind of show you how we dealt with the situations and so on. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, you know what it is, and yeah, let's start.
So this story is basically about how we had to call the police on some guests and how they vandalized our property. Well, our property, but the door, basically. We'll get into that in a minute. And I was just a bit of a headache, to be honest. So it all started once upon a time where we had a guest book in, when we talked about previously, we had 4 apartments. So they booked in the second apartment, flat 2. And it seemed like a normal booking. I mean, we didn't really think much of it. It seemed like a normal thing. We had other guests in other flats, so it was pretty normal. We was going about our day, and then regularly we would check up on the CCTV to see if we can see anything interesting, to be honest. And then on
in the morning I usually wake up early, before. So I just woke up just doing the normal routine, check the CCTV, see if everything is fine. So I checked the CCTV and I noticed, so basically with this apartment complex, there's a front gate and then you have to go down a little
gate,
like a front door.
There's a front door and then you have to walk through like an alleyway part and then go up some stairs and go through another door to get into the actual flats.
So we have the camera facing that front entrance. So checked on the camera and I noticed that there was like there was just an orange line on the door, and I was just thinking, what's going on? Like, why is the door looking weird? But I just couldn't understand it, innit? So I was just like, Heath, just wake up. What's going on with the door? Like, why is the door looking like that? Why is there an orange section on the door? Is that what it looked like before, or am I moving mad? So
when I took a look at it, I could just immediately see that the frame on the door was broken, and that was the orange, the wood that she saw. And we was thinking, what happened? Like, how was this happened? And then I remember we didn't go and see it. We was thinking, what on earth is this? Like, what is this? How has this happened? And then we spent a long time looking through the CCTV to see what actually happened. And so from insert clip, to be honest.
Yeah, just a little backstory. So we checked the CCTV before we go to bed. So we checked the CCTV probably like around 9, 10, 11, roughly around that time. And then we went to bed. And then I woke up, I think around 8. So we had to skim through maybe 10 or 9 hours worth of CCTV footage to find exactly what happened. So
we was all doing like late night detective work, seeing like when, going through the CCTV, scrubbing through it. And then we managed to finally find it. And then
and look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out!
KO! Here's the cover.
So as you can see in the video, this person just kicked down the door.
The degenerate hooligan.
Yeah, just kicks down the door just because, why would you use the handle? Just kick it down in it. So he kicks down the door and he makes his way up the stairs to the corridor where the 4 apartments are, and he just stands there and he doesn't go into any of the apartments. So when we saw that, we're thinking, is it one of the guests in the apartment's friends that maybe he didn't obviously have the code for the entrance, and maybe his friends were sleeping? Because bearing in mind, the footage showed that the time that he kicked down the door was about 6 a.m. So we were thinking, his friends were probably sleeping and he was trying to call them to give him the code to be able to get through the front door, but maybe he just
suspicious about it. He was just like lurking in the corridor, and it seemed like we couldn't see when he goes in like to the door of the flat. So maybe he was trying to see if it was open it could have been a guest before that booked and then knew that obviously it was a self-check-in system, and I think he walked back to the other flats.
Yeah, so he walked.
And then we can't see what he was doing there.
It just seemed like he was walking through the corridor, walking to the flats, and then obviously we just couldn't see what was going on because we could only see in that little hallway section. So, and then he walks back out of the apartment complex. So then we were thinking, what? Who is this person that just walked in our apartment,
kicking down doors,
and just standing in the hallway? We're thinking, oh my god, it's probably a previous guest who tried their luck, hoping that one of the apartments were not booked and they were just gonna let themselves in, basically. So we were panicking. We're just like, we need to go there right now, fix the lock, change the locks, give the current guest the new keys, whatnot. We just need to sort it right now, to be honest, because we don't know what was going on. So
we was very panicking. So we went down there, and then I took a look at it, and the door frame had been obviously broken, and we couldn't put the lock back into the frame. We had to move the lock all the way up to like near the top of the door so the door actually can lock. But we wasn't gonna get the landlord to do this because the landlord was just.
That's another story.
That's a totally different story. But the landlord wouldn't do this, basically. So we had to just improvise. So the whole day, probably about 5, 6 hours, I was chiseling this door.
Bearing in mind, we didn't eat. As soon as we saw it, we were just like, we need to go ASAP. Yeah. So we've been at this property since morning trying to... poor Heathcliff.
Yeah,
I was doing the work. I was supervising.
This door for hours. I didn't have the right tools, so it was a bit hard. I was even using a screwdriver at one point. It was so long. And the small bit of wood that was there, it would only just about fit the lock in there. So in the end, we managed to do it. I managed to do it, I should say. And the code was fine. Everything looked
obviously
fine.
We changed all the codes and whatnot.
We changed all the codes. But it just seemed like, someone tried their luck. They kicked down the door, but what can we do, really? We just really...
You move. You kind of learn with SA to, if anything happens, you can't sit crying about it. You need to just take action and solve it ASAP.
We go back home, have a normal day, whatever, and then now the next morning, for some reason, I woke up early. Do the normal thing, I check the CCTV. Why is the door broken again? Why is it broken again?
I woke up, I saw Heathcliff like, Marcy.
The way I was so angry. Why is it broken again? I was fuming. I was so angry. The amount of time I spent chiseling this door for it to happen again. The next day, I was so pissed. And then, so I'm scrolling through the CCTV again. Is it not this same clown that kicked the door the first time? But do you know what pissed me off even more, yeah? The second time he done it, I'll put the clip in, but the second time he done it, he's trying to put the wood back.
And look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out!
KO! Here's the cover.
Like he's gonna fix it.
That little piece of wood that's gonna fix the whole frame.
He just looking, and he looks up in the camera, noticing that, oh shit, yeah, I'm on camera, and it just pissed me off pissed me off so much. I think there was about 4 or 6 people that booked the flat. And typically in these situations, you don't want to directly confront the guest, blah, blah, blah. But I was ready to be some superhero and kick everyone out. I was so pissed.
Because at this point, we didn't know which apartment this guy
No, but it was
doing.
all evident now because that person then went into room 2, I should explain. So we knew, it's them. They're just taking the piss. And the thing is, they have the code. We texted, emailed them. They've been going in and out. We've been seeing them going in and out. So I don't know if it's their friend or whoever. I don't know. I don't know what's going through their head, to be honest. And then we was like, should we call the police? But previously we've had things like happen in our flats and we called the police and the police have never came. Or they say there's not a priority or it's domestic or whatever. And we don't have much faith in the police, to be honest, in these things happening. But we decided to call the police. I think we had to like over-exaggerate the story to make it seem like a trespasser came and kicked down our front door. And I can't really remember what you said to the police, to be honest, but...
Yeah. I just said there's criminal damage. They've kicked down our door twice now. Obviously, we have other guests in the complex. We don't know what this guy's capable of, so...
Yeah.
The safety of the other guests could be compromised because of this person, because we don't know what the hell he's doing. Why are you kicking down the door when you have the code? So that's how we framed it. The police said they'll be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah, so we're rushing to the place.
Yeah,
they were actually on job, like they were ready. And then we rushed there. And then I think
we got in a cab. We got there in about 5-10 minutes. The police were already. So we're in the cab. We're turning around the corner. Why is there like 3 police vans and the canine unit, big vans with the canine unit parked outside? I was thinking, wait, did something else happen on the street? Why is the police? Surely they're not bringing all this gear just for us.
I was excited. I was like, it's going down. Like, we're gonna see some shit happen.
So then we speak to the police lady. At this time, obviously the door is broken. Anybody can just get into the flat, so they were already upstairs. We go upstairs. There must have been about 7 police officers on the balcony.
There was loads more than that, but most of them stayed in the van.
Yeah.
And then about 7 or 8 went upstairs
with the cane, with the is it a German Shepherd, like the big dog with the nozzle and the mouth? Yeah. So that's how you know shit is real.
And then they went upstairs. We told them the situation, what happened. They didn't let us go upstairs at first because they wanted to assess the situation. So we're patiently waiting. We're talking with them. They're looking at the door so they can see everything that's happening. I'm showing them the CCTV footage. And then they take us upstairs. We go upstairs in the balcony. And then our other guests are like filming everything. Like the people... Like in the other flats behind us, everyone's filming everything because it looks like, there's like a drug bust or something.
Yeah.
They start talking to the police and we can hear them talking to the police from where we were sitting, and we're like, no, it's not us. What are you talking about? We're just here. We got this booking. Blah blah blah. Afterwards, they're just talking loads of shit basically. And then I'm showing the police officer the footage, and then you can clearly see his face in the when he kicked down the door the second time. But she was saying they all kind of look alike and they're not wearing the same thing as before because it happened the night before. They're not sure.
Yeah, and then they all came out so quick that...
No, because before the police asked us, what do you want to do? Yeah. Do you want to press charges on whatever? We were talking about getting forensic team out. We were like, there's no point. There's so many people that go in and out this flat. I doubt you find anything. We just want them out of the flat and get them leave the property. And then woman was saying get out of the flat basically, and then the guy was like, no, what do you mean? We booked this place, blah blah blah. Like, and then the woman explained to him like the owners have told you to leave. You have to leave, otherwise it's trespassing. And then they're just making up a fuss. And then I think the woman started like getting a bit more aggressive with them. And then they said, okay, can you give us a bit like 10 minutes or whatever it was to get our stuff ready? And I was like, okay, cool.
I think one of them was moving a bit mad with the police.
Yeah.
So she was getting agitated and she's getting a bit frustrated, I think.
I think they searched them as well. And they probably found a few things, but nothing too crazy. And then we were sitting outside on the balcony waiting for them. And then one of them walks past us. Like they're all walking past us and like having their head down, cannot make an eye contact. And the person who booked it obviously came up to us and was like, I'm not sure what happened. It wasn't us. And at this point, I was just like, just get out, just get out. And he asked for a refund. What refund for what? We're not giving you a refund. And he's like, oh come on man, oh come on, it wasn't us, blah blah blah. He's like, can you just leave the property please? They kicked out. They kicked them out. They're questioning us. We sent them the footage. She said that there's gonna have an investigation about it and see if they can do anything about it, if they want to press charges and whatnot.
What happened after that is we just had to go online quickly to find a carpenter, because at this point Heathcliff couldn't fix the door anymore, so we just had to get a professional.
Yeah.
So as you do, you just have to act quickly. We got a carpenter at the next day to
He
fix
built
it
a new frame
and built a new frame,
new lock.
new lock. Got that sorted. We apologized to the guests that were staying. I don't think they liked the drama, to be fair, because this was during lockdown as well, so it was just all so much going on, so it must have been a bit of fun for them, I guess. Apologized. I got the carpenter out, fixed it, and got the cleaner in to clean the apartment because they left it in a mess as well.
Yeah, it was filthy.
We'll probably insert a video of how they left it.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I thought you were going to say something else about it. No.
Like, why
thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this was entertaining for you guys. Before you go, actually, in the link below, connect to us on Instagram, give us a follow and a like, or send us a message. We'd love to connect with you guys.